World Youth Championships here in Budva in Montenegro. Here is 17-year-old Yandiel Lozano. Outstanding Puerto Rican national champion with 4 consecutive national titles, 2 junior titles in 2021 and 2022, and back-to-back youth championships this year and last year, both of those most recent crowns coming at 60 kilograms. And that is the weight class he's contesting here. Here is Kozlov of Russia. Mr. Blazo Jabukanin from right here in Montenegro, the 3rd man in the ring as our referee. So we're underway then. This is action between boxers from Puerto Rico and Russia, 2 formidable boxing nations. This all southpaw affair between 2 incredibly talented teenagers. Each of them the best in their respective homelands. The man wearing red operating out of the southpaw stance is Yandiel Lozano, 18 years of age, nicknamed Chino. Comes to the ring having claimed 4 consecutive national titles in the junior and the youth ranks. Nice head movement. The southpaw wearing blue is Platon Kozlov of Russia. World junior champion last year in the 57 kilogram featherweight division. And he's seeking to get busy with his own southpaw punches. Head guard dislodged. Thankfully, he's next to his own corner, and a quick kick of that with his left peg beneath the bottom rope to his coach. We'll see it adjusted and refitted. No coaching is supposed to take place during this interlude. What is that? Is that some tape? Going to hold the chin strap in place. And so just about a minute in the book as the referee calls time and the action resumes. Yandiel Lozano just find himself backed up on the ropes as he sought to engage reverse gear, was picked off by a couple of straight punches while confined against the strands. And seeking to be busier is Kozlov. Kozlov backing up his opponent to the ropes once more, looking to counter off the strands with the southpaw left is Lozano. As Kozlov seeking to contain him in that position of confinement, because by definition, if your back is on the ropes, that takes away one possible avenue of movement up in the boxing ring. But some boxers retreat to that place of confinement voluntarily, but with Lozano doing it here, there he catapults off the strands and gets back to the space of ring center, but prior to that he was picked off by punchers while in that confined position. And it's Kozlov keeping the pressure going. Lozano showing good head movement to make his man miss repeatedly, but Kozlov maintaining the pressure in the attacks. Lozano seeking to play counterpuncher, but by making it a series of 2 and 3 phase attacks. Well, Lozano has always got something to think about. He's able to slip off the ropes and back to the space of ring center inside the final minute of this opening round. Wonderful right jab landed by Kozlov. Then he scored with another jab, then a cross. Beautiful combination to head and body from Lozano. Wonderful quality demonstrated by him through that portion of the round. But the man in blue has been busier, and it's not just been industry, it's been fairly accurate as well. But Lozano possesses wonderful movements in the pocket, sharp reflexes. But there he was caught by that counter left hand when seeking to back up towards his own corner. And again, another 3-shot salvo landed at short range with bent arms from Kozlov. And as the bell sounds to conclude this opening round, Lozano showing wonderful skill, plenty of composure and patience, but I just feel that he's been outworked over the course of that 3 3-minute opening frame. But what say the scoring judges? Because no doubting the man in red's quality, as evidenced by that southpaw left over the top there, and on occasion was able to showcase some wonderful movement. But I just wonder whether he was busy enough to be given the round here, because Kozlov was always seeking to get over that front foot. We always hear the boxing truism that some judges like aggression, but it has to be effective aggression. And for what it's worth, I think that Kozlov's aggression was largely effective. So there's confirmation, a clean sweep of the cards for Platon Kozlov. 10-9 verdicts returned for all 5 scoring judges. So we move into the second round, and it's a stab jab to the body from that port-sided stance. Thrusted out by Kozlov. And again, Lozano, beautiful roundhouse right. While spinning off the line to his right, he's retreated to the ropes once again, cutting off a possible avenue of escape. But again, that is where some boxers feel comfortable. And was that ever any more in evidence as Kozlov lands a good right hand to the body and then turns it into a right jab to the head. But that was that comfortability on the ropes. Good right hook to the body, left hook upstairs out of the southpaw stance from Lozano. He just sat down on his shots, but then look, he's on the ropes once again. And Kozlov letting his hands go in combination fashion. But in the battle of Olympic champions, 50 years ago, just a few days ago actually, some 3 days ago on the 30th of October, 2 Olympic champions, 1960 light heavyweight Olympic champ Muhammad Ali, 1968 heavyweight Olympic champ George Foreman competed in the Rumble in the Jungle, perhaps the most famous boxing promotion of all time, certainly of the 20th century. And it was Ali's willing retreat to the ropes, employing what later became dubbed as the rope-a-dope, which saw him inflict the first defeat on George Foreman, and thereby become just the second man alongside former Olympic champ Floyd Patterson to regain the heavyweight championship of the world. Beautiful double left hand, uppercut and hook from Kozlov. Firing back to have the final word of the exchange is Lozano, but look at that piercing right jab from Kozlov. Lozano countering with his own southpaw shots while being backed up towards the ropes once again. 2 men locking up one another in a clinch. Neither man looking to work on the inside, even though they've both demonstrated considerable prowess in just about every facet of the game through this portion of the gold medal bout so far. So again, it's Kozlov just shooting a left cross which goes over the shoulder of Lozano. And again, Lozano giving us brief cameos of what he's capable of. And of course, a large part of that is down to Kozlov. But I just think the man in red has got to be busier. Roundhouse left out of the southpaw stance was off the mark. There he tried a right hook to catch the disengaging Kozlov. Kozlov spending an awful lot of time in this short range territory. There he's looking to work away. Right uppercut to the body, left hook to the head before disengaging. And back to work behind that piston-like double right jab once again, before the boxers fall into a clinch. And again, neither man was looking to work at close range. If you're close enough to hold, you're close enough to hit. As Lozano with a good right hand to the body. Look for a left cross over the top, but then answering during that, making it a trade-off, was Kozlov. And I don't think there's any doubting Yandiel Lozano's quality as he makes his man miss by bobbing and weaving, slipping underneath the incoming fire. But for my money, that's another Kozlov round. Because again, this man showed brief glimpses of the quality that he possesses in his locker. I just don't think that he demonstrated it often enough against the bustling industry coming from the hands, fists and feet of the 2023 World Junior Champion. What he's seen his compatriot, who was a World Junior Champion last year, Snezhana Kuznetsova, make a seamless transition from the junior ranks through to the youth ranks, claiming consecutive gold in consecutive years on the IBA World Championship stage. And then yes, unless this man does something different, well, that is going to be a privilege earned and enjoyed by Platon Kozlov. But again, sport of boxing, everything can change in the blink of an eye. Well, there's confirmation of what I suspected, and Kozlov taking both of the first 2 rounds unanimously. So we move into the third and final round then, in this 60-kilogram lightweight gold medal bout between boxers from the boxing stronghold nations of Puerto Rico and Russia. Yandiel Lozano, the 4-time reigning national champion of Puerto Rico, in the biggest bout of his international career so far. He's certainly been in this contest, but he's just not doing enough to win the contest. Nice check right hand as he spun off the line. And now Kozlov, he can go walkabout. Good right jab off the ropes from Kozlov, who again has enjoyed success in this town by taking the Adriatic Pearl tournament early this year in March, right here in Budva, biggest tournament of the region. And unless Lozano does something drastic and different as he tries a right-left combination, but then he's fed a darting treble right jab once again from Kozlov. Trying a right-left combination that was loaded with leverage, speed and power was Lozano, but again there's no follow-up. Everything's a single-phase attack, and given the context of the scorecards approaching the halfway stage of this third and final round, well, he needs to be doing more here. Don't think that fitness is a problem because he's keeping his shape beautifully. There's a good right hand dug into the body, came back with a southpaw left over the top, then attempted a right hook out of the southpaw stance. Exchange of right jabs between these talented southpaw boxers. But Lozano, he's got to step on the gas, because the more seconds tick by, as the left uppercut right hook scored from Kozlov, but the more seconds tick by, the more he's finding himself in the realm of requiring a single shot KO. Beautiful right jab off the back foot, and then the good foot movement to avoid the incoming right cross from Kozlov, who was momentarily southpaw, head guard dislodged for the second time in the contest. Now remember, if your mouthpiece comes out repeatedly in IBA boxing, the referee will hold up one thumb and a finger, and if it happens a third time, the same infringement, that is a warning courtesy of a point deduction, which will be taken into account at the end of the contest. I wonder, given the difficulties boxers are having with their head guard on this gold medal, first day of gold medal action, whether the rules are going to be tweaked and say that if your head guard comes away repeatedly, well, that too will be an infringement, just as repeated dislodging of the mouthpiece. Lozano backed up towards the neutral corner on his near side of the ring. See, that's 3 times that the head guard has come out, and just as a mouthpiece has to be fitted to the bespoke specifications of the boxer. Now, of course, it's unlikely that every national team member is going to have his own personal fitted head guard, but there should be a range that can fit boxers from the minimum weight guy through to the super heavyweight boxer. Wouldn't expect a super heavyweight to jam his giant head into a head guard that's suited for a 48 kilogram minimum weight man or woman. And by the same token, you wouldn't expect a 48 kilogram boxer to be wearing the head guard that's sized for a super heavyweight. But it breaks the flow, it breaks the momentum, and again, good left cross landed by Lozano. It could become a manner or a form that could be utilized for boxers struggling to just knock their head guard off, buy some time for it to be refitted. Not suggesting that's happening here, of course, because the boxer who's having his head guard knocked off is in the ascendancy. He's taken both of the first 2 rounds unanimously. Lozano, just as he did in the first 2 rounds, has shown flashes of his ring craft and repertoire here, but content to go on the back foot and flick out darting jab to conclude the contest is Kozlov, and I think that is going to be a return to the gold medal rostrum for the 2nd consecutive year for Platon Kozlov. Man who started boxing at just 7 years of age, some 10 years ago. All of his immense experience, despite still being a teenager, on display during the course of this tournament. Yandiel Lozano of Puerto Rico. Fantastically skillful operator, but I don't think he was busy enough during the course of that bout. Conceded the first 2 rounds across the board. And again, when he puts his shots together, he does so beautifully. Keeps his shape fantastically well. Wonderful reflexes, good timing, but I think the greater industry and punch output of Kozlov will be seen declared as the victor. Here's the verdict. It's probably going to be unanimous.
Decision for your winner. In the blue corner, representing Russia, Platon Kozlov.
So Platon Kozlov makes it a back-to-back run to the gold medal podium on the global stage. The 2023 Junior World Champion becomes the 2024 Youth World Champion. A magnificent series of displays for Platon Kozlov, culminating in a unanimous point decision victory over Puerto Rico's Yandiel Lozano, the 4-time national champion of his homeland, and his sharp shooting southpaw, using effective punch picking and front foot pressure, allied with wonderful run craft and movement off the back foot in the final round to pile up the points and box his way to the top spot of the medal podium to become the 60-kilogram youth world champion here in Budva, Montenegro. Capping a wonderful tournament by making it a return to the highest gold